Good morning and welcome to Shareholders Day. As you all know, today, punctually at 11:30, we're going to start the General Shareholders meeting for Iberdrola. But before, in this absolutely spectacular setting that's been prepared in the Euskalduna Palace here in Bilbao, we want to invite you to accompany us to this Iberdrola square dedicated to you, the shareholders, the true protagonists of today.
Jaun-Andreok, egunon eta ongi etorri Iberdrola akziodunen egun berezi honetara. Zuek zaretelako gaurko eguneko bene-benetako protagonistak. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bilbao, welcome to Iberdrola's Shareholders Special Day. We hope to enjoy the next 2 hours here at Plaza Iberdrola.
For the next 2 hours, in this very new format that we wanted to call the Iberdrola Plaza magazine, well, our intention is to involve you in the company talking about very different issues, such as the social activity of Iberdrola, its commitment to innovation and to sustainable energy, without forgetting, of course, the important support to culture. So let's start our journey through the Iberdrola territories that are very committed to society. Over 28,000 people from different countries and cultures, united by true values, firmly rooted on ethics and transparency. Honesty, dedication, and responsibility to help the most needy and to contribute to social welfare. Actions that drive the economic and social development of countries where we work. Policies that foster equality and a work-life balance.
We're very motivated, they're very motivated to learn.
Well, it's the people are very happy to be with you, and it makes things a lot easier.
I came here with 1 kid, I'm leaving with 41.
I really hope that when I'm in Spain to be able to return what I have been given. We're very involved with volunteer initiatives to help improve social inequality and suffering in the poorest parts of the world.
And I can really appreciate by saying thank you for Bambini and thank you for Iberdrola. Thank you for them for letting our children smile. And as long as they can smile, then I'm happy. And my heart is at rest.
In 2014, we helped 500,000 people, disabled people, disadvantaged groups, and those that are at risk of social exclusion. We feel the happiness, the enjoyment of these people. I was dancing with choreography. I used to really like dancing, and I still like dancing. So when I come, I encourage them. We've given up our time, but they've also given you a lot too. It's a way to feel fulfilled outside the working environment. And you get to know more people with different disabilities and others that don't have any disabilities at all.
You have
the feeling that they've given you something. And so it's a real sensation that you have to experience. We've been invited. Iberdrola has invited us to participate in these days out in the company. country. You know, we're all here helping a lot, we help each other, and it's teamwork, which is very important. It's very important so that even if we have got certain disabilities, we can do normal things. We are very supportive. Our commitments are seen day by day in the social and labour integration in our environment. Iberdrola is one of our customers that helps to generate employment for people who've got disabilities. We do lots of things here. I feel highly motivated so tomorrow I could have a future and I could be like a normal person. We make our sportsmen's dreams come true. We transform their ambitions into personal triumphs, histories of personal effort and social commitment. I said, I want to go to the Olympics one day, and I would like to really thank Iberdrola for the support that we've been given from the very beginning. We will be able to achieve or try to qualify for the Rio Olympics. It's a great Paralympic team, and to be able to compete on an international level in the name of Spain, and we're so proud of this. And to do that, we need to have someone behind us to offer the social commitment and the support of brands that are very important, like Iberdrola, who is the main sponsor for the Paralympic team. We look after our forests, clean air, oceans. We provide clean, safe energy to over 100 million people. We believe in training and culture. We prepare the new generations for a sustainable and supportive future anywhere in the world.
Delivering now is our great thank you. That is so great.
On the Iberdrola internet, there's a platform for corporate volunteering, and I registered. Each week I get communications and news, and they included the program Electricity for All. This Electricity for All is a program from the Department of Innovation and Sustainability of the company, and currently they're supporting emerging countries with electrification projects, also projects for cooperation and volunteering. This includes the Ethiopia program, and that's where we went. Well, the experience was very rewarding on all levels. On an academic level, it means I'm in constant contact with people who've got many years of experience in the world of electricity, both in research and in industry. All the colleagues and the lecturers work very enthusiastically, and they're very proactive. It's a perfect atmosphere for learning. I feel very comfortable with my work experience, and I'm getting a lot of experience when I go back, but also I'm very happy because I've realized that it's not just an academic issue, it's practical, because companies are now moving towards a sustainable economy. Iberdrola, I've realized, increasingly uses more clean energy, and it's a business, and you can have a low carbon economy. It's very complicated, but to be able to get my studies and my sports combined, it's difficult. So we spend weeks sequestered because in my particular team there's 3 on the boat, and each one comes from a different city, so it's very difficult. So I have to study, but at the same time I have to go sailing.
The ride looked down my skirt, a short high heels gonna make you laugh. I'm gonna make you want me. Gonna laugh, gonna dance. I'm gonna enjoy the ride, the ride, the ride. There's nothing you can do to make him come to you. There isn't fast or slow, you'll never lose control. Yeah, you can kiss you and I can whisper to your mouth. You won't have me. Lord, have you tried so hard? You won't have me. Lord, have you want me this bad?
Contact with all shareholders is key, and for this very reason, Iberdrola has set up the policy for the involvement to promote the participation of the rights of shareholders. Iberdrola has been chosen for the third time as a Spanish company with the best practices in corporate governance. Previously, we were talking about involvement and the social return. So now let's look at Iberdrola's commitment to innovation.
Buscamos un nuevo modelo económico.
We're looking for a new economic model. The company wants to take a different path that focuses on the keys to change, R plus D plus I.
Iberdrola
started out on a journey a while back. We look to the future and we ask ourselves, how can we be more efficient, sustainable and better in a world that is increasingly more global and competitive? Today, our company is a benchmark for innovation, recognized by the European Commission as the most innovative Spanish utility and the fifth in Europe. In 2014, we increased by 7% our investment in R&D and I, which amounts to 170 million euros. We focus our effort on optimizing resources, improving our services, promoting new top technologies and business models, and generating clean energies. A challenge that covers all areas and group companies worldwide. We support entrepreneurs and technological companies to ensure the sustainability of the energy model. The collector that we are developing is a collector that's based on wave energy, which is based on the oscillating water column. The results that we get are extrapolated to real-life situations with very high precision. Well, as an entrepreneur, I feel very happy because when you've got a project, you never know if you're working well or not, but when somebody like Iberdrola comes along and they give you an award, you really get down to hard work. We lead the development of research into the new generation of renewables, projects to reduce the costs of offshore wind energy and to progress in the knowledge of offshore energies.
Barrow is becoming a cluster, an energy hub for this green energy revolution.
We have added all the latest developments in remote monitoring and control of smart meters for homes, an optimized grid with a better quality of supply, and also one that is environmentally friendly. For our clients, it means that any transactions that they want to do with Iberdrola is going to be much more agile. We improve efficiency, safety, and the maintenance of our facilities with clean generation technologies. This project is great progress to inspect the blades because it will offer us a lot of images, but high-quality images, which will reduce the inspection times. With this remote helicopter device, we can estimate the wear and tear from the very early stages when there's just like a 2mm wear. We transmit our energy wherever we are, and we promote the growth and the internationalization of the business fabric that surrounds us.
Seguimos avanzando
We
por el
continue
camino
to
que nos llevará
progress
a un
along the
modelo
path
más eficiente
that
y
will lead us to a
sostenible.
much more efficient and sustainable
Solo desde el
model.
inconformismo,
Only by
desde
being
la ambición de
nonconformist,
querer ir más allá,
with the ambition of going that
rompiendo
extra
barreras y
mile,
teorías
can we
preestablecidas,
break down
como
preconceived
hemos hecho
barriers
hasta ahora,
and theories as we have
seguiremos
done until
creciendo.
now, and we will continue to grow.
¿Por qué esperar a ver qué nos
Why
depara
should
el
we
futuro,
wait to see what the future
cuando
has for
está en
us
nuestras manos empezar a
when we can
construirlo
start
ahora?
to build it up now? The energy industry uses data from space. For example, if you want to build an offshore wind farm, you have to know the dominant winds, you need historical registers from the weather satellites. To build one of these wind energy farms, you need to have to know what the dominant currents are, the size of the waves, and you need historical data from satellites. Also, when you're managing the grid, you need weather forecasts. And these models use satellite data. Iberdrola is also involved in improving the regional model. And these space systems are used throughout the cycle, from prospection and also for the administration of the environmental impact. The water is very mysterious. It includes the secrets of life and its anomalies. Because scientists, what we do is we get to understand the anomalies in water, and, for example, we're trying to look for cures for diseases or to try and find ways to have cleaner water on our planet.
Ser tu sombra a mediodía, llenar tu tarde vacía, ser la brisa y el calor, ser la bruma y el rumor, y ser todas las mujeres que has tenido y has amado metidas en mi piel. Ay, 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 si pudiera olvidarte. Ay, 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 si yo fuera otra. Lo que sueñas vuela. Tiempo al tiempo, tiempo al tiempo, tengo tanto. Voy a inventar los mapas y a viajar por el mantel. Voy a soñar despierto. Lo que sueñas vuela, lo que sueñas vuela.
Well, let's continue with the Shareholders' Day. And for me, it's a true pleasure to share the stage with a wonderful professional, María Escario. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. And it's also a great pleasure to be here with you all on this very important day for Iberdrola and for all of you, the 600,000 shareholders of the company. Well, through your splendid professional career, well, long, should we say. Obviously, you're a journalist that you dedicated to sports. Obviously, you know a lot of the Iberdrola projects very closely, maybe some more than others. I love Iberdrola's commitment to sports. I have to say that. Obviously, I'd have to say that. I love that commitment, but also we're here also to talk about this environmental commitment. Iberdrola always supports, provides electricity and energy in a clean, responsible manner, and also in a very coherent manner. And they're very honest with their clients. And I really think this is what we're going to talk about in a few minutes with our chairman, Mr. Ignacio Sánchez Galán. We've already seen him. On the big screen, we've seen him. And someone's even told me that the chairman came here this morning on a 100% electric car, which really ensures his commitment and the company's commitment for nature and for clean energy, for renewables. And this is what we're going to see throughout the day. Yeah, we can see him sharing a few words with some of you. But anyway, let's see a video that really talks about Iberdrola's commitment to nature. Water, wind, two powerful and fundamental elements in nature. To harness their power has been a great challenge for mankind. To transform energy, water and wind converted into essential energy for life and for the progress of human beings, electricity. We're committed to renewable and clean energy that comes from natural, unlimited resources. A strategy against climate change and one that respects the environment and biodiversity. We carry out research to eliminate the impact of our activities, facilities and services with projects that promote eco-efficiency. The CO2, well, we take the gases out so that they're no longer pollutant. We innovate with cutting-edge projects that reduce emissions into the atmosphere and improve the efficiency of resources. We promote new generations of clean energy, such as offshore wind energy. We are progressing with social development policies. This is why Iberdrola has supported on a worldwide level the electrification of transport, and for the last 5 years it has created the Iberdrola Green Mobility, 100% electric, and there's no CO2 emissions into the atmosphere, and there's no noise contamination either. We support young people in their training by promoting the knowledge to achieve a sustainable energy model. Well, I really want to thank Iberdrola and the Foundation for their support for young people. We really have to learn how to use natural resources. I would like to thank Iberdrola for offering me the opportunity for the studies that I've always wanted to be able to study.
Developing what I'm passionate about, which is obviously environment and technology. Renewable energy is a great privilege. So. We raise awareness to transmit to the society and to our employees the importance to look after the environment. Well, we've explained how we produce electricity through the main sources for renewables. It was very interesting. It's been very useful to see what you hear so much about at the office. Well, I think it was very rewarding. We protect the biological diversity from the progress of industrial growth with programs that improve the knowledge and the preservation of species in danger of extinction. With the direct finance from the Iberdrola Foundation, we've got 240 examples of different species. We'll know where they go, where they spend the winter and where they come back. And we'll be knowing in greater detail than we currently know their migratory patterns. This is Iberdrola's green commitment and responsibility to be every day more efficient and sustainable wherever we carry out our activities, with one objective: to guarantee the right for the present and future generations to be able to enjoy a clean planet. Well, and here we have the chairman of Iberdrola, Ignacio Sánchez Galán. A round of applause for him, please. Please come and sit down, Ignacio.
Wow, what you say, you've gone to a lot of trouble to organize this. Isn't it beautiful? It's great. Well, this is what our shareholders are worth. Beautiful, everything's beautiful, green, ecological, really true to Iberdrola's philosophy. And what I really like, Ignacio, this change from the fact, well, it is a shareholders meeting, but also it's shareholders day. It's special because there's even a nursery here today. And so the nursery is because last year somebody mentioned it. Somebody last year said, it's a shame I couldn't bring my grandchildren with me. And because there's nowhere to leave them, so I said, don't worry, next year we'll have a nursery. So I hope he's here and he's brought them. I haven't seen him, but I'm sure he's here. Let's talk a little bit now about why. Why have you got this initiative, this change that I would call groundbreaking? Well, this year, one of the issues we want to talk about is the policy of getting all the shareholders more involved in the company. We hold systematic meetings with institutional investors and we tell them a lot of information. We tell them how we think. They tell us what they think. But we do have a lot of individual shareholders. There's over 600,000 of them all around the world. And here there's just a few that are represented. So this is a day where we can share with them lots of things. We can listen to their opinions or explain things to them that we normally explain jointly with others. And we want to have a celebration. It's been a great year. Last year, the company has offered a total return for shareholders of around 30%, which is much more than the Eurostoxx or the IBEX indices. So what we're trying to do is to celebrate the fact that the company is going well, their company is going well. Well, congratulations to all of you, because your company is doing very well. Well, Ignacio, it's true that everyone's talking about energy, all international fora, everyone's talking about energy, everyone's debating on energy. But what's the future of energy, Ignacio? Well, if you think that in the world there's 1,300 million people who still do not have access to electricity, so clearly the industry's got a future. This industry, well, depending on the different countries, recently at the Davos Economic Forum in the Energy Committee, which I'm the chair of, we prepared a report which is called The Future of Electricity, and the conclusions are that we need billions of investments, over $20 billion over the next 20 years to be able to set up the generation of the grid that people need. So, but we need attractive frameworks, as little interventionism as possible, and also companies need to be allowed to do what they want to do. And as I've said, the future is clear, because when there's 1,300 million people without electricity, we've still got a lot of work to do. Well, the last few days and the last few weeks, progress has been made because we now have this energy union at EU level. We've seen how France and Spain have literally plugged in. So progress is being made. But the question that we all ask ourselves, and especially the shareholders, is the price of electricity going to go down for consumers? Is our bill going to go down for consumers and for companies? Well, our intention, or we've been working for 3 years on this from the Madrid group, which includes the 10 biggest utilities in Europe. There's a group that is called the European Round Table that's been going for 30 years. I belong to both of them. And they represent the 50th largest industrial companies in Europe. We've been talking to all the heads of state and government of all the European countries, the people from the European Commission, and we've spoken to all of them to highlight the fact that we have a loss of competitiveness in Europe, because this is because of high energy prices. People are not really aware of this. If we compare with the United States, we're much more expensive, but we're not very expensive because our principles are more expensive. No, it's just that Europe, well, each country is different, but in Europe we've been determined to use the electricity bill as like a bag where everything's put in. We have to pay for social, environmental, territorial taxes, and that represents more than 50% of the bill. So even though we've got the most efficient and cheapest grids than the American ones, and also the cost of production's gone down a lot over the last few years. But at the end of the day, part of the bill taxes, charges, aid, subsidies. So it's gone up. So when you've got 60% of your bill is related to that, well, it just means it's very difficult to have competitive prices. Well, the energy world is a very competitive world. But I'd like to really know, Mr. Chairman, what is Iberdrola doing to be different from the others? Why is the company better than the others? Well, in the global world, you've always got to be the leader. If you're the leader, someone's always ahead. So the one who is second or third place doesn't do as well. Iberdrola made a decision a few years ago, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, and we went along a certain path, for example, for renewables. Nobody believed in renewables then. Today, everybody wants to have renewables. And we really were committed to the regulated business. All our international business has been based on regulated business in Scotland, in the US, in Mexico, and in Brazil. And also, we're committed to something that we think is very good, which is to have a very good corporate governance and an ethics, because our policy related to gender equality is very good. And we're giving a very good example, because even our board of directors is the board that has the most women. All these women preside certain commissions, and they're the ones who really are important. And that will filter down. So, obviously, we want to make money, but we also want to do things for society around us. Our social responsibility is very important. We talk about this in the board meetings. We pay taxes, how we can share our success, our social success with lots of people. We have a lot of volunteers from the company, and they leave their free time and their holidays, and they go to countries to take light to these areas, or to educate people who've got certain disabilities and problems. So these people, as we said, with disabilities, we have a group of people that go and help them. We make things easy for them. You can do everything. You can make money, you can be socially responsible, and you can have happy employees. And this is our model. Well, now, let's talk about the employees. And obviously, let's talk about the shareholders, because today is Shareholders' Day. Today's your party. Now, just to finish, Mr. Chairman, I would like you to give us 2 take-home messages. Something that we're going to remember in our pockets, in our hearts, 2 take-home messages from the chairman of Iberdrola. First of all, to be thankful, to be grateful. First of all, we had the Scottish Pipe Band. I asked them to come, but I really don't know why they're not here. But the Scottish Pipe Band. And then there's someone here, I think he said he'd been a shareholder since 1951 or 61. Anyway, he's been with us for 50 years. What can I say? Thank you very much. Thank you for the faith in us for decades. People, families, institutions have always been with us. They've offered their support in the good times, in the not so good times, in difficult times, and in successful times, which is like now. And I'm convinced that we're going to work very, very hard to defend their interests, because this is their company, and we're not going to allow anyone do anything with this company unless it's something that we want to happen. So this is our commitment. We're going to do things as well as we can for them, so that they get the best results. And we're also very grateful for them to be behind us and for supporting us. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. It's a great day. I would like to wish everyone a very good day. And I'm sure now you want to go and talk to them. So anyway, my very best regards, Mr. Chairman. And congratulations. Congratulations for your results. Thank you very much for inviting us here today. One day I had a nice conversation when I was on a plane with a very nice person. And it turned out that this very nice person worked for Iberdrola. And that's why I'm here from that. So never stop being nice to people, because it will always be returned to you.
Viento del presente nos da, y lo malo crece a cada instante. Deja que sea. Nada es tranquilizante. Miedo nos descubre y se va. Así son los días del cantante. Deja que sea. no hay más. Si todo lo que viene se va a golpe de volante. ¿Cómo vas? ¿Cómo lo ves? ¿Cómo lo mueves de bien? Cómeme hasta que no me quede carne ni piel. Como quisiera tenerte, besarte entre la frente, amarte en parte porque eres todo arte. Como si fuéramos unos animales, en cualquier parte con un plástico nos vale. Y estamos solos y no hay nada que nos pare, nada que nos separe. La estrella de los tejados, lo más rock and roll de por aquí. Los gatos andábamos colgados, Lady Madrid. Pitillos ajustados, era de Burning, Ronaldo y Lurri. Y nunca hablaron los diarios de Lady Madrid. Lady Madrid, Lady Madrid.
Buen día a todos, gracias.
Have a good day. Thank you. Well, now, this is the last leg of this program, and we started it at 9:30 this morning. And now we're going to continue by concentrating on Iberdrola's commitment to culture. And who is better to talk about culture than one of the most important journalists dedicated to culture in our country, and my favorite, Carlos del Amor. Good morning. Good morning, Edurne. Good morning, everyone. Well, I came here this morning thinking, what shall I talk about? Am I going to tell lots of things what Iberdrola does for culture? And I thought, no. As I come from the television, I thought the best thing to do was to put on a few images to show what Iberdrola does with its passion for culture. So we have prepared the following video.
Lo que fuimos.
What we were.
Lo que somos.
What we are.
Una identidad forjada
An identity
a lo largo de
built up over centuries.
Nuestro patrimonio
Our historical
histórico y
and cultural heritage.
Testigo mudo del
A
paso de
silent
diferentes
witness of the
civilizaciones
passage of
y
different
la riqueza
civilization
basada en la mezcla
and the
de
wealth
culturas.
based on the combination of cultures. We're in the caves, and we have preserved all these foundations, and they're the history of life. Protect, conserve, and spread this legacy of priceless historical value is one of Iberdrola's maxims. It's a great treasure, and the whole library. And in these specific days, we have chosen, because of its historical content and the linguistic content, 100-year-old works and monuments, symbols of the art word, restoration projects that have been carried out from respect, with a collaboration of experts looking to add and to help to social revitalization of the areas where we are. Well, the Iberdrola Foundation has been very intelligent to invest in the heritage of a territory, in this case Castilla and Leon and Portugal. I always encourage tourists to come and have a look at the chapel. And, by word of mouth, there's such a beautiful church. And it's in such good condition. People come along and have a look. People come along more than before, because previously there was hardly anything to see in the church. When I see it, I say how beautiful it looks now. We've had a commitment from Iberdrola with this specific church, and also with everyone's heritage, to add light to where everything is dark.
Recuperar la belleza.
To recover beauty,
Apoyamos a los talleres de
we support
restauración.
restoration workshops,
Artistas cuyas manos
artists
vencen el
whose
paso del
hands
tiempo.
survive the passage of time. Well, Iberdrola gave us the opportunity to restore and to put it back to its great, beautiful for us. It makes us feel very happy. What we did for this, we used a technique which is called on a restoration stitch, which is a technique that is
Damos
classic.
oportunidades a los jóvenes.
We offer opportunities
Con becas de
to young
prácticas en
people.
algunos de los
We offer
museos
them
más importantes
work
del mundo,
experience
como el
scholarships in
Museo
some
del
of the
Prado.
most important museums in the world, like the Prado Museum, to work here to see how the great professionals work. Well, it allows us to develop ourselves more on professional level. I learned about teamwork and also to be very rigorous at work, which I think is very important.
Luz.
Light.
Luz para nuestro patrimonio.
Light for our heritage.
Una iluminación artística
An
y
artistic
eficiente
and efficient
para resaltar el
illumination
esplendor de más
to
de 100
highlight the
edificios
splendor
de
of over
gran valor
100
histórico-artístico.
buildings of great historical and artistic value. Well, we're illuminating the tower. And apart from that, we've also highlighted the most important aspects, such as the windows, where we've provided interior illumination.
I spoke, but without words, for I begged for mercy, my tears.
Socializar la cultura.
To socialize culture,
Garantizamos el derecho a
we
disfrutarla.
guarantee the right to enjoy it.
Creemos en un coleccionismo
We believe
corporativo
in
que
corporate
da a conocer el
collections
patrimonio
that
artístico
let
de nuestra
people
compañía.
know our artistic
Con
heritage of the
exposiciones que se
company.
mueven
We offer
abiertas a
expositions
todos.
that travel around, and they're open to everyone. Well, the visit to the museum, not just to the exhibition, but it was going to be free entry for the months while the exhibition is here.
Crear.
Create.
Promocionamos iniciativas
We
culturales
promote
a nuevos
cultural initiatives
artistas.
for new artists. All of us who work here were from different nationalities. There's a lot of intuition, very emotional. The visitors are encouraged to travel with the artists through their professional careers.
Obras que contienen
Works
novedosas
that
formas
contain
de
new
expresión
ways of
artística
artistic
y el
expression
futuro de la cultura.
and the future of the culture.
La restauración
The restoration gives new visibility to works of art because they're cleaned and restored. And this great project that we started over the last few months, lighting the Prado, will allow us to change and replace the obsolete technology with the halogen bulbs using this new LED technology. And this has been a process which has had a lot of studying, and we've developed it together between the Prado Museum and la Fundación Iberdrola. And this new technology will be offered to the greatest masterpiece. Well, here, what you can see behind us is a work of art from the North American Jennifer Steinkamp, and it's called Derbis, and this refers to these Turkish dancers who dance when they're rotating on themselves. In this particular case, we can see it's a tree, and it rotates around its own trunk, and it shows the four phases, the four seasons of the year: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And this work reflects on the changing nature, but also on the circular course of time. Well, we're now going to bring this to an end. It's been a true pleasure for me to be here to share with all of you, to share this Shareholders' Day.
Gozamen handia egun berezi honetan zuekin izatea. It's been a pleasure, a real pleasure, to share this special day with you, all the whole Iberdrola family. But
I don't want to leave without introducing you first to our last guests. We're going to leave you, well, we started with music and we're going to end with music. This time, we're going to leave you with the local music from Ochote, Bilbo, Agia.
Eta egun on guztioi.
Nuestra grandeza le tienes espantado, le tienes espantado. Un inglés, igual,